Here's a marketing story that's going to curl your hair. I can't really curl mine because it's too short. Anyway, so this is just two different clients I've worked with. And by the way, I'm going to out these clients. I'm not making fun of them or judging them in any way because this is completely, unfortunately, normal. These types of things happening. It's just that most people never think about it. Okay, so as a fractional CMO, I come in and clean up the mess. I call it cat herding. I get all the vendors on the same page, communicating with the staff. I figure out what's not being done, what's supposed to be being done, what's not being done, and then we fix it together as a team. And I actually create a team out of it. It's not just my team, it's the extended team of all the people working in the office with marketing who are touching that, as well as the outside vendors that are involved in it too. Here is just a few of the stories that I've seen just the last month and a half. With one client, there was an ex C-level person who had placed digital marketing assets in their own personal Gmail account. Now, this person went out not in the worst of situations, but it wasn't super friendly. So it was a very uncomfortable thing to have to go back to this person and then say, hey, yeah, so you have some company assets. So a couple things about this, because again, I see this all the time. Somebody who goes rogue, who has knowledge and access, does this, think either they're being lazy, they don't know. I'm not suggesting it's always nefarious, but in any case, it should never happen. You as the company, the CEO, the head manager, whatever it is, the person, or if it's a CMO in the company, has to own the digital marketing assets, the appropriate person. So you should put this in your employee and contractor policies that, no assets are to be placed in any account other than full top level ownership, except for designated parties like these Gmails or whatever it is, right? Put the details in there. Because like one misstep with any of this stuff, and you could be looking at your company getting taken down online. Like your website could go down. It could cost you thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, depending on the company and the situation. So these are things to be thinking about. Okay, moving on from there. This one's a hair raiser. So found out that a company who was two marketing agencies ago, not one, but two marketing agencies ago, I think like 2 years prior, had the Google local service ads for a local client. And they were still running the ads. They were attached to the client's credit card, and the client didn't know it because they have so many charges on their card. It's just buried, and they thought it was because it said Google. They had legitimate Google ads running, so they didn't know the difference between Google LSA and ads. Very easy to miss, right? So they just thought, wow, these are a lot of charges for Google. Well, turns out that this agency, once they got the boot, never turned off the ad campaign, which shame on them. Because let me tell you, it's highly irresponsible, unprofessional, and incompetent, in my opinion, to not tell a client that they still have their credit card attached to a campaign that you're no longer running that you set up for the client. But I digress. This client had wasted roughly $20-something thousand on, and the worst part of it was all going to a phone number that the agency did happily take with them, the call tracking number, which means it was a dead end. So when people were actually converting in this Google LSA campaign, they were going to a dead end phone number, meaning the client never got one piece of business out of it. I could tell a lot more stories. Those are just a couple examples of things I see all the time when I come in as a fractional CMO and clean things up. And even if you do this for like a short period of time to get your organization under control, you need to do it because it's a ticking time bomb. If you're not doing this, you are risking your entire business on the hope or faith that a bunch of employees, ex-employees, agencies, ex-agencies are doing their jobs and have your best interests in mind and are conscious of what's happening. I couldn't live with that risk. I don't know how other people do.